talk of the town, the newspaper that's keeping. Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, in a special place. I'll tell you one place where I am now. It's now time for the most talk about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMPA 88.9 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Evers' Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to WPCE 1400 AM, click and listen live, or 1350 AM, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. Let's welcome our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM. Good morning to you.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go to our newest platform on YouTube, which is FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton, and also Crystal Records One, CRISTO Records One. I tell you what, thank you all for joining the platform. We've got more views than we normally do. We must be doing something right. But look, if you do it right now, we promise we'll shout you out.
Shout out.
All right, the weekend is over. Mr. E, how was your weekend?
Well, I had a wonderful weekend. I had a great weekend. It was nice and warm out there. I want to say good morning to the folks over there at in Portsmouth, Virginia, at the concert on last night, and to some of the folks and to the veterans. I want to say happy Vet Day to you.
Absolutely. Had a marvelous weekend. Got a chance to do a few things. The weather was quite nice, and I really thoroughly got a chance to enjoy some. I'm not going to say it yet because we get ready to get that segment going. But happy Veterans Day to all you all. We're honoring all who serve. You know, that means a lot. You know, everybody won't lay down their life for their country. But the veterans, you all, congratulations. Those that have taken the time to say, look, I want to serve my country and I want to make sure everything goes right in our country, giving our lives, laying our lives down for a friend.
Thank you so much for your service. We couldn't do it without you, and America wouldn't be where it is today. The land of the free, the brave, and beautiful if it wasn't for you. Our families, you know, Miss Hinton, when we started talking about the laying down your life, the military. Just think for 1 second if we was just like Iran and Iraq and Israel and the bombs blowing right over here.
Mm.
So it takes a while for they can get into the United States and do like they do over Israel and Ukraine, and you can see them fighting. You can see it happening.
Yes.
So hey, we're thankful that it didn't come to over this side, and we're thankful for you and your support. And to all the veterans, hoorah, hoorah,
Yes. We're thankful
hoorah.
for those that get into it, into the military, and then they have to go over to
Yeah.
see and experience war and things like that. I want to say good morning to Miss Sheila Robbins. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. E, this is our Monday Sports Talk. But listen, before we get into week 10, let's talk about the fight on the weekend. That was a big thing at the Scope here in the Hampton Roads area. Ms. D, pull us some info on what happened. A lot of people went, a lot of people talked about it. We had a representative right here in the 757. I knew quite a few people that went. And I don't know, Miss D, you got to tell us how good it turned out
You know,
and who were the participants.
Miss Hinton, that fight that they had over the weekend, the 757 fight. I mean, it was off the chain. A
Yes.
lot of folks say it was off the chain. That them the guys who was part of that boxing club, um, that boxing, they were to the point where a lot of people went. A lot of people went and said it
Yes.
was a great showing out there. I want to say congratulations to the brothers, all the brothers that fought on that card, on that boxing card. I want to say congratulations to you, and listen, that you and your family, your brothers that was out there with you, and then they recognized the Booker T marching band. They took the band that was out there with them.
Hmm. Absolutely. So they have, Miss E's going to get that information for us in a minute. We're going to talk about today our NFL Week 10 and talking about winners and almost winners and losers. And whoo, I tell you what, this thing is getting more and more exciting. Um, but in the meantime, we want to make sure that you all have your team in place, your rah rah. I walked in the studio and I saw folk rah rah for their team. I think it's absolutely fabulous. And although I don't have a team, I love being on the sidelines, just looking, observing, reporting, and things like that. On the weekend with the boxing, we're getting ready to give you a few tidbits, some information on that. I thought it was going to be showcased. Somebody told me it was going to be showcased on ESPN, and then somebody else thought it was going to be on Prime, but it was on pay per view, so you didn't get a chance to just go and look at it, especially when people are paying their hard earned money. But it was in the Norfolk scope, and we had some folk from this area. Let's see, he's going to let us know who they are, who really showed up and showed out.
Well, Miss Hinton, dealing with those Davis brother, they call them the Davis boys. I hope I got the right ones. The Davis boy goes 3 for 3 in their first Norfolk homecoming, a
Whoa, I
sold
figured
out,
that.
sold out play vineyard. The Davis brother goes 3-3 in a first ever Norfolk homecoming before a sold out crowd. Keyshawn, Kevin, and Keon Davis all post wins before a capacity crowd of 10,568 on
Wow.
Friday night. The Davis brothers couldn't have asked for a better night in what was the first ever boxing event in Norfolk and the first at Scope in 30 years.
Wow.
Keyshawn, Kevin, and Keon all getting wins Friday night before a capacity crowd of 10,568. I had fun on walking out. I had fun on walking out all the way to the ring, said Keyshawn, 12 and 0 and 8 KOs who took on Gavez Limo, 29 and 2 and 18 KO of Argentina, with 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the second round. It was scheduled for a 10-round fight. I thought he was going to be really tough. God had other plans.
Wow. So exciting. I probably would have looked at it with one eye closed. It's kind of hard for me to look at boxing. It's just kind of, I know it takes skill and things, but to see somebody just get busted upside the head and in the gut and all that stuff, it's kind of hard to look at times. But we want to congratulate the three brothers who showed up and showed out and represented for the 757.
That's right. They asked Keyshawn what it meant to him to box here. And Keyshawn was asked that question. He said, while thinking about, he and Kevin mentioned in the box of Hall of Fame and fellow Norfolk native Purnell Sweet Pea Whitaker,
Wow,
who
yes.
fought at the Scope back in 1994.
Absolutely. Mr. E, what do folks like about boxing? What is it? I know it's exciting. People love it. But what is the excitement that goes beyond? I mean, what's the reason for the excitement?
What I like about boxing, I can speak for me, is the style and the finesse, the way that they counter punch, the jabs, and how they snap that punch out and bring that punch back in, and how they put the mixture together, ups and downs, and bobbing and weaving, and and one thing I can say about boxing, your trash talk is outside the ring, but once you get in that ring, you got to prove yourself in that ring.
Absolutely. Congratulations again. And now we are going to do our FYI Monday sports talk.
That's right. Starting with Monday night, that's today. Starting with Thursday, November the 7th, the Bengals played against the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
And it was won by 1 point.
Barely won by the hair of their chin, 34-35.
That's right. And Miss Anthony, I talked bad about the Carolina Panthers. It looked like the Carolina Panthers started Sunday game off with a win over the New York Giants. And it looked like the New York Giants and I ain't gonna say it.
Both of them not doing all that hot, but I tell you what did come through with 20, the Panthers, and the Giants 17.
What is happening to the next squad? We thought Chicago was going to be all that and some.
They had a winning streak.
They did. They are 4-5 now, and they allowed the New England Patriots, to come back and jump them with a low-scoring game of 19-3.
I tell you, I watched that game, but I really had high hopes. When you see them doing well, you think they're going all the way, and then all of a sudden they drop off in the face of the earth. But the Bills and the Colts,
that's right.
They did their thing. The Bills did 30-20. Their season is pretty decent.
And their Bills are 8-2.
Now that's good.
Right. They're 8-2, and the Colts is only a 4-6.
Oh no!
But they beat them 30-20.
What about the Broncos and the Chiefs? Now listen to this. Hold up. I know it was close, but what about this winning streak?
Denver, the Kansas City Chiefs is a 9-0.
That's too awesome for me. I'm gonna tell you that. That's
9-0. And they barely won it by the skin of their chin, but Absolutely. They won it, and it was 16-14 against the Denver Broncos. Did you see that game?
I did.
Tell me what you thought about that game.
I thought it was great. I kind of was on pins and needles because look, I think everybody, if you don't love them, you like them. The Kansas City Chiefs and our boy, what's his name on the Chiefs? We always like. seeing him, Mahomes. We always, he's a fan favorite. But I'd had my fingers crossed. It was so close, but the Chiefs came through. They looked good. They was playing hard. The Broncos was on there, and but hey, they tried it.
Miss Hinton, another game that really got us, the 3-7 Saints.
Oh my!
Played against the Atlanta Falcons.
Absolutely, I saw that game too.
Yeah. What do you think about the Saints now? They got big running back. They can move and shake and do it.
The Saints are not doing that great this season. And I mean, I last season I think they were kind of up and down, but not this bad. The Saints season so far is 3-7. What's going on?
And they got some powerful, heavy runners in the backfield. That's right. They got
20. They won this time though, 20-17. The Falcons tried it, but the Saints did come through.
Well, I got to get to the 49ers. What a great job that y'all did. Y'all are a 5-4. Against a 4-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes.
The San Francisco 49ers played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they won by a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Congratulations to the 49ers. My hat's off to Purdy and the game.
Now, the Steelers and the Commanders. I must say that either or would have been fine with me, but the Steelers definitely came through. Both of them are playing some good football this season. The Steelers are 7-2, Commanders 7-3. But sorry, Commanders, the Steelers won by the hair of their chin.
That's right.
And I feel like the Steelers are really doing really good this season.
When you look at the quarterback, Wilson,
you
look at the quarterback, Wilson, I mean, he's stuck in there. And a lot of people have counted him out and say he's a has-been. He couldn't throw the ball out of the dirt. But he pulled them through on yesterday, beating the Commanders by 1 point.
Absolutely. The Commanders, let's give them their props. Last season, they both worked 2 sets. But I tell you what, this season, I guess Magic Johnson had a little talk with them. But they are definitely playing ball better. They are looking better, stronger. Right. And we want to give them their props. The Steelers is a pleasant surprise, if you ask me. I think they're playing ball better this season than they did last, and they're consistent well.
That's right. And I want to say to the Commanders that they, I don't give them no prop, but they're a new team, and anything new got to shine and look good. Mm-hmm. So they're in second place in our division.
Yes, aren't these 2 second place? Steelers.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Steelers. But congratulations to the Steelers. Look, Alvin Brooks is representing today. Looking good. Got those colors on.
That's right. Black and yellow. He's a bumblebee on today.
Absolutely. Now, look, we got to drop down because the Vikings had a winning streak.
And they won They fought yesterday. Good. The Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eater, they fought yesterday.
They better won because the Jaguars are 2-8, 2-6. They're not doing. Is it 2-8, 2-8? I mean,
that's right.
But the Vikings they were having a winning streak. But you can see by their numbers, 7-2, that they have been playing some ball now. But they did come through 12-7. Vikings against the Jaguars.
Miss Hinton, you drop down to the Chargers and the Tennessee Titans.
I saw that one too.
I just want to say, boy, what your team is doing this year. They started out looking bad. They're still looking bad. There's 2-7 now. Tennessee Titans. They took my boy Pollard away from us. I would have never let Pollard go from the Cowboys. So they lost to the Indianapolis Chargers 27-17.
The Titans haven't been this bad since I don't know when. This is really upsetting in a sense. Who's on the team? Who are representing? Who's playing Mr. E? Wherein nothing is really happening. You talking about two games, 7 losses. Who's the quarterback?
When you look at the Tennessee Titans, and they got Rowley as a cornerback, and I mean, the Tennessee Titans, to me, they just need to rebuild.
You think so?
Yeah.
Something's going wrong.
Something is not right with the Tennessee Titans because they have not pulled boo-boo out of the backyard yet.
Ooh, Now the Chargers, they're trying it. They're doing their thing. They are, is it a 6-3? And we'll see what they do. They beat the Titans 27-17.
Well, Miss Hinton, when you look at the next league, when you look at the next game, you'll find out that the Dallas Cowboys,
Ooh, Dallas.
the Dallas Cowboys are 3-6.
Are you? Well,
Three,
okay. No, you didn't. Wait a minute. Why you say 3-6?
they won 3 games. Yeah.
You sure it's not 6-3?
No, the Dallas Cowboys are a 3-6.
What's going on?
3-6 and lost 6 games back to back in a row.
Now this streak is new because in the time past, even though they didn't make it all the way, their beginnings in the season was pretty consistent.
They started
right?
out.
Then they fall off.
They started out.
Now this season, Mr. E, tell us what's going on, what's going wrong.
Well, what's going on is trouble in the camp. When you look at Dallas Cowboys camp, there was a lot of controversy going on in the camp. Even though a lot of folks are saying that Dak is a high-paying quarterback, which he is, he's got the bread. But you got to remember, since the Dallas Cowboys been in existence since 1960, that they have never played an African-American quarterback or player that's much money. Sometimes when you got jealousy on your squad.
Really?
Oh yeah. Sometimes when you got controversies, that's why Magic Johnson had to go and jump ship from the Lakers and the Commanders and went on to the Commanders.
He had to rescue the Commanders.
That's right. He had to rescue them and bring them back. Now, when you got controversies, when you got Mike McCarthy, who's a coach, and a lot of people said Jerry Jones is putting his 2 cents in it, I have a problem with that. Jerry Jones is the owner. You cannot stop nobody that's owning anything not to put their 2 cents in what they own. Ooh. I think what they should have done, they should get rid of the coach, get rid of that bum and put unity, Mike McCarthy.
And he stands up there like, which way do I go sometimes?
And the Philadelphia Eagles came over to Dallas and yesterday and jumped them 34-6. My brother called me yesterday and he said he told my oldest brother, Clarence Everett, to take them claws out of the Cowboys.
But as I watched that game, Mr. E, Philadelphia seemed to play very hard and very strong. It just seemed like they were ready to just bust up the Cowboys and stuff. They did good.
They got another dimension added to them, Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles just added on that boy called Saquon Barkley.
Right. Yes.
He used to play for the New York Giants. This cat is jumping over players backwards.
That's what I'm talking about.
You see, when you got a running back and he's fast too, and he's short, and he's in a right squad because all he needs is an inch. He'll take a mile.
Ooh, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. He's a beast too.
Yeah, Jalen is a beast, and Jalen is back. He's doing his thing, and I got to get it to Jalen because folks they thought Jalen had done counted. They counted him out, and so now Jalen, he's a beast. He's back. He's showing them that, hey, I can do it. I'm back. I'm in the game, and guess what? I'm working it. Jalen and the stats, and when you look at the stats and Jalen Hurts and them Cowboys, in my league, and when you look at Jalen Hurts, you'll find that Jalen is a beast.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. They're 7-2. The Philadelphia Eagles are 7-2, and they're up at the 500 club with 778 points they scored. Now the Commanders are second place at a 7-3. And then the Cowboys is at the middle part.
Who's down the bottom?
Well, I give you one guess.
Oh, the Giants.
Them Giants are at the bottom of the total poll with a 2-8.
Giants, it's time for you to start packing. You can't go yet, but at least start packing your gear. But anyway, that was a good game, Mr. E. Philadelphia jumped on the Cowboys. and went on home with the victory.
That's right. I got to give it to him. But at least that boy, it's Michael Parsons, which is a linebacker, Roman linebacker for the Cowboys. He was really toe up.
Yes, I saw him.
It was
Yes,
his new debut back since he got hurt.
and sat there and I saw Dak. He's sitting up there, walking around, looking good, looking rich, but not playing not a bit of the game.
How do Rich look?
He just looked like, listen, I have arrived. I may not have the uniform on, but I have on my hoodie, my cowboy hoodie and stuff. He just was looking like money walking around, if you ask me. I'm going to tell you that right there.
Well, he got money.
Yes, but he better start playing now. This is not good. Get yourself whole and back in the game now. You get paid too much not to be doing nothing.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals jumped on the Jets. Where is Aaron Rodgers at?
Aaron Rodgers, he ain't nowhere. Aaron Rodgers, listen. Your name is too big for y'all not to be doing nothing. It's 3-7. Y'all don't have a streak, not nowhere except for a losing streak. The Cardinals jumped on y'all, and it was 31-6.
31-6. That's almost the same score as the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Y'all may have to start packing. I ain't saying you're going anywhere yet, but some of y'all are almost winning and all that stuff, and numbers are not too good. I mean, maybe you have a chance later on. How many more games are left, Mr. E?
Well, they're second place in their division, AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
They're second place. Buffalo Bills got them 8-2, and then they're 3-7. And the last one in their division on the totem pole is the John Brown Miami Dolphins.
Ooh, what are the Dolphins doing? I had high hopes for them.
2-8. They're doing 2-6. They're not doing too much of anything.
But what about the Bengals? What about the Bengals? You think they kind of trying to come up? The Bengals seem like they, at first they were on a losing streak, but seem like they're trying it. What do you think?
Well, they're in third place in their division. They're 4-6.
Okay.
And they're in third place in their division behind the Ravens. And on top of that division, in the AFC North is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Cincinnati Bengals, y'all got to really dig yourself out of this tunnel that y'all in.
Okay, so what about this evening? Who's playing football?
Well, we got one more before we let them go. It's the Detroit Lions and the Titans.
Oh, my goodness.
Big defense. They came back last night and they beat the Tennessee Titans 26-23.
Which one was this? What game was this?
That was the last game last night. Detroit Lions versus the 8-28
that's
game
right.
versus the Tennessee Titans. And the Titans are Tennessee Texans, Houston Texans. Houston Texans are number one in their division.
What are their numbers?
Their numbers are that they are a 6-4 in their division.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the Detroit Lions and you go into their division, they're the NFC. They're in the NFC, and they are along there with the NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
And they're number one in their division.
Mm-hmm.
They're 8-1, and under them is the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh, now the Vikings are,
and Chicago Bears are at the bottom.
Poor thing. Oh, wow. I want to say good morning to Treasure. Hope you're doing really good. Who's Treasure's team?
Get out of my man cave.
Who's Treasure's team? Does Treasure have a team? She represents just like you.
She is,
the cowboy.
She's a cowgirl. I got it.
Really?
I think she's a cowgirl. Then her grandma is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So the one minute she can be for me, and the next minute she can be for somebody else.
That is so cool. So, what do we have for this evening?
Well, tonight's game, you don't want to miss tonight's game. Tonight's game, you're going to have the Miami Dolphins and the Rams. That ain't no good game.
Yeah, what's the numbers for the? Because I thought maybe they would do better than they had done this season.
The Rams, they are 4-4, and the Dolphins are 2-6.
Yes, not the Dolphins.
The Dolphins, your team.
That's not my team, but my grandson said he's gonna fall. He stopped falling to go back to Casey.
So he jumped ship.
I said, Okay, then. Yeah,
He's
he
a winning
likes to go
team.
with the winners.
He's on a winning squad.
But anyway, you all make sure you all tune in this evening for sports talk and look at the Dolphins game, see who's going to whip who. And but continue checking out our sports talk. We're going to do a replay of it so you all can get it if you missed it this morning. You can hear it tonight at 6:00 p.m. on all social media platforms.
Don't forget to tell them, Miss Hinton, about the Girls Club.
Oh my goodness, Young Women Achieving Success Open House is Wednesday. Inbox me right away if you need your daughter in a wonderful mentoring program. 11 to 17 girls, and we're going to have a great time this year, 24, 25. And so join us. Call me 757-287-6792 or email Cristo Community, CRISTO Community at cox.net. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and just join us for a few minutes after on social media if you can. Bye now.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Want to say happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Hoorah, hoorah, and hoorah. Don't forget, we thank you so very, very much for your service. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400, WMVA 88.9, WGPL 1350, and WPCE 1400, and Peace 95.3 FM, and all on all social media platforms. And for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861. Have a wonderful Monday. Bye now.
Oh boy, sports talk. I tell you what, it was fire. Time is just moving on. This was week 10. We're getting ready to go into week 11, y'all.
That's
This thing is coming
That's
quick.
right.
The Super Bowl is actually when?
That's right. Super Bowl will be in December,
January, which is not far. We're almost in the middle of November. Few more games to go. I hope you all are enjoying and following the games and things like that. To me, the NFL is really exciting. It's easy to follow. It's unpredictable at times. And, you got a lot of surprises and things like that, upsets sometimes, but it's really, I think it's a really, really good industry to follow. And just keep hanging in with us. We're going to continue to go until we get to the end the Super Bowl. But Mr. E, I really still wish I could get into going to one of those professional games. I understand that the Cowboys are playing 2 games in November near Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Are there any home games for the Cowboys, or are they going to be over in the territory of the other team?
Well, when you look at the games, they right here in close to the 757. When you look at the games that Cowboys are playing, they'll be playing on the 24th of November. They'll be playing at the Commanders in Washington, D.C. And then they're going to be playing in New York.
Whoa.
On the 28th.
See, so close.
Close.
But anyway, it's been great. This
No,
evening,
I'll take that back.
One?
They'll be at the ATA Vineyard ATM Stadium for the New York Giants.
Okay, for the Giants.
For the Giants, and for the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, they're going to be at the...
Are they going to be in D.C. or are they going to be in
Dallas?
They
probably be in D.C.,
Uh-huh.
They probably be in D.C., so we'll let you know in just a second that the Cowboys will be... What happened? The Cowboys, they will be at the Northwest Stadium, which is in D.C.
Oh my goodness.
Northwest Stadium, which is in D.C.
Anybody got Skybox tickets? That would be a wonderful Christmas present and a wonderful gift for us because we are now celebrating 9 years FYI radio show. It's been a minute. And what we're going to do, we'll have a few giveaways, but we'll also rewind to some of our best shows that we feel that we're into. One of the shows that I really, really want to cover, Mr. E, especially with the election, passing by and everything, immigration.
That's right. That's one of the greatest things that we want to talk about because there's a lot of people are spooked right now. You know, Miss Hinton, I've never seen so many young people that of other ethnicities that are really spooked behind what's going on. You know, they're really afraid because some of them, that here, born here and came over, and they're afraid that their parents and that they might be going back over to their homeland.
Absolutely. Yeah, some of the protections will be lifted. You know, if you all thought that Trump was playing when he said it, just rewind to the few years he was in when all the kids were in cages and whatnot. A lot of them are still distant from their family. I don't even know if they'll ever be able to reconnect. I'm not quite sure. But this man is in, and he believes that you should be, if you're an immigrant or illegal immigrant or whatever, it's time to go back home.
You know, Miss Hinton, I talked to my friend. I talked to our friend that we had for immigration. He's supposed to give me a call back today so we can set him up and come and give us a brief word, Lewis, and let us talk about the immigration. What's going on? Because there are some folks that's out here, the Haitians or the Jamaicans or the Trinidadians and the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans, they're really at limbo. They just don't know.
And their children.
Because, if you're going to send them all, if you're going to go by and send them back to back to where they come from, and the children are American. Are you going to separate them? Or are you going to keep them? Are you going to keep families together?
Well, we gave some of the statistics on who was voting for Trump, and Hispanics was voting for him hard, especially male Hispanics. Now, listen, you didn't know that he was going to do this. I think they did, but some of them felt like, this is what I heard, that some of them felt like if you're illegal or a criminal or whatever, you got to go. We're safe. And right now, some of them don't even feel as though they're safe. And
That's right.
The Haitians, they had a thing with Trump and Vance about eating dogs, cats, and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so, hey, this is something that people voted for. They wanted. And so education is going to be a factor in these next 4 years, Mr. E. Women's health is going to be a factor as well. And so if things go upside down for many, it's going to go upside down for if you're a Democrat or a Republican. I don't know why people think they're going to be exempt from the fiery furnace that this man is, pushing forward his agenda and stuff. But we'll see what happens. But I just like to encourage folk, and we did this on Friday, Mr. E, encourage people not to put anybody up as king. Just know that God is still in control, and anything can happen at any time. But I tell you what, try as best as you can, those that are in certain states, to find out where your state stands, how you can be protected, things that you can do in order not to get pulled into, fall into the cracks and stuff like that. I can think of President Obama, Mr. E, when, and also with Biden trying to protect, those that had been born here, but parents had not been, they tried to protect people as much as they could. But hey, certain people will suffer consequences with this new administration.
My granddaughter came over to the house treasure, and she was saying, "We're going back to Africa."
Oh well, I don't think. Look, we know, sis, we're not going nowhere. Why? You can't get rid of us. I'm sorry, we are too strong, and we are fighters. We're warriors. You may try to do some things that hurt us, But believe you me, we have multiplied so much.
That's right.
We are in the years to come. We'll turn this thing out. This thing gonna turn brown. You're gonna see that. Hey, us having 25 children, when they was having one, it's gonna pay off, y'all.
Quite.
That's all I can say.
That's right. That's right. I just want to let you know that we ain't going nowhere, and you can't send me back someplace I ain't never been. That's bad English, but I have never been to Africa. Never know what the jungle looked like for fighting in the military. Never know what the bushes. No, I don't know how to live. And but they got civilization over there in Africa.
Of course, I mean it's just like here.
But you can't take me to a neighborhood that I ain't never been.
It's the same type thing.
But when you talk about Africa, you talk about the jungle because all folks show the African jungles because all they saw was the Tarzan movies, and when you saw the Tarzan movie, all you saw was the monkeys and the elephants coming out the big old woods.
Yeah, Missy, they actually used to try to make Africa this little compared to America.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that they tried to put in your head, that Africa was so little. Africa is one of the biggest nations in the world.
And richest country.
And so, man. But anyway, we will cover immigration. I am so excited about that. Also, we're going to have Chris Hinton here. We're going to talk about real estate. And even though Kamala did not win, Vice President Kamala Harris did not win, she really wanted to implement, how, people getting, buying homes and things like that. We can still fight for the things we want.
Right.
And so we're going to have him up there, educating us on the interest rate, which has gone up a little bit, and some of the other things that you can keep in mind. But there's still hope, and there's still that American dream to get that white picket fence and that nice home.
That's
just
right. Don't give up.
Keep working.
Keep hope alive.
Yes.
Keep hope alive. Because the world has not come to an end because of one character. Just keep on fighting, and whatever you stand for, fight for it. Don't give up. Don't give in. Just push. And when they say PUSH, pray until something happens.
Absolutely.
Because it's gonna come to pass, and you're gonna win at the end.
Absolutely. Don't forget to visit our sponsors, Bulvic Academy, BULVIC Academy, our anti-bullying for-profit arm. Get the books, the game, information on our anti-bullying initiative, our community against bullying, a call to action now. Also, Beard Gods, BEARDGODZ.com. That's Mr. Chris Hinton with all kind of products and nice things that make you look well-groomed and take care of the beard and your hair and all those things. Educating you on just how to take care of all your good hair needs, hair care products and hair needs. Also, Yolanda Hinton's music, Make It All Right. I tell you what, he definitely will make it all right all the time. Check it out wherever music is sold. And don't forget to follow us on social media. And you can be a special guest, intern or sponsor with FY Radio Show. Mr. E has the T on that.
If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor or intern of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-78. Radio show at gmail.com. Again, you can call us 757-714-7861. What would you like to see us have on FYI?
Yes.
What would you like to talk about on FYI? So we want to bring nothing but the best to the community, because we want our community to rise above mere survival and find success.
Absolutely. So look, you all enjoy this wonderful day. If you're in Hampton Roads, this may be the warmest day of the week. I advise you to get out there and enjoy it, and get back with us on this evening, 6:00 p.m. FYI After Dark replay. We're coming back on live, and we will be talking with you about a few things. We would love for you to join us and be a part of what we do. So I tell you what, it's time to go. Have a wonderful day. See you back here on Fun Friday. On Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye. Thank you. 2 up. Hey,
You got to salute them, Miss Cynthia. You got to salute them. You got to salute them. Your hands got to be straight. There you go. You got it now. And then when we say order to you, happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to you, you and you. Have a wonderful day, okay? Bye now. Order. Oh, yeah.